try them and to find them guilty and execute if you have to. The danger here is one like Hermann Göring, who was Hitler's deputy for a large part of the war.
And he actually managed to commit suicide before he
yes,
was,
that's right.
executed.
But he did a very good job of his defense. You know, the prosecution had to be on their toes all the time because this man is making a fool of us. You know, in the trial. Then there's a film on it. There's a film on Hermann Göring. And even the Hollywood filmmakers who wanted to make it look like an American triumph were hard put to make Göring into a fool in the trial. You know? He really did give them a rough time. So there is a defense. The defense is that I was carrying out orders. Now, that's one group. The second group of people are the SS, the Waffen-SS, whom I feel some are guilty and some are not. The Waffen-SS have been described as the finest fighting animals of the 20th century. And some of them were exceptional soldiers, exceptionally good. I mean, there was no equal to them on the Allied side, like the Waffen-SS. They're particularly strong in their belief, and so they were political soldiers, yes. But as combat soldiers, they were exceptional, and they did not commit any crimes. They just did their job. There are, however, members of the Waffen-SS who, like the ones who carried out the atrocity at the French village of Sur-Adour-Glane. They herded the population into church.
Before you go on to the next one, I want to ask you, do you feel that saying it was orders from someone above you is a legitimate defense for one's guilt or one's innocence? Okay.
Let me come to that because that has to do with Trinidad as well. Okay. That's not just Germany in the Second World War. That is Trinidad as well. Okay. And I want to touch on that afterwards. Okay. I'm a fan of the Waffen-SS. They really were top of it. But they did destroy the village of Ludice in Poland. And that was Waffen-SS. That was not Allgemeine SS. The SS is divided into two. Nuremberg listed the SS as a criminal organization. They lumped all together.
And that was it.
As one. And today, most people think in terms of the SS as a criminal organization. But in point of fact, it was two organizations. Allgemeine SS ran concentration camps, and they ran the ovens and all that sort of thing, you know, places like that. The Waffen-SS fought. They just simply fought. But one or two of the Waffen-SS did commit atrocity. So you have to even divide up that into.
So it wouldn't be fair to sort of lump them all together and try them.
I don't think it was
in that
fair.
light,
No.
you would have said.
That's a personal view. I don't think it was fair.
Okay.
I think that individuals, yes. Now, the third grouping, people like the Grand Admiral Dönitz, Field Marshal von Manstein, Rudolf Hess. Let's look at Hess first. Hess got in an aircraft and flew to England in 1941.
To try and make peace. Yes.
Hess never left jail.
Yeah, until his death.
He died in
He died. I think that was actually controversial because some said it was suicide.
Yeah, I think it probably was suicide because he knew they would never release me. But do you really jail a man for trying to make peace?
Yeah.
You know, and then refuse long after you've released all the others. He's the only one left in jail.
Yeah.
Now that can only be described as ridiculous. Only ridiculous. So Hess is a test case, you know, of how things can get over hand.
Yeah. When I guess they needed some people to represent all of those who died, the millions of people who died. They needed some justice in a way. So I guess he was a easy target. would you say?
Caused that one? I think what caused that one was S wanted to make peace with England and Russia. The Russians turned around and said, why didn't he want to make peace with us?
Okay.
Right? He didn't want to make peace with us. Keep him in jail. Right? It's just straight finger vindictiveness. The next one we could mention likely is von Manstein. He commanded on the Russian front. He was accused of two things. He was accused of making aggressive war. And secondly, he was accused of adopting a scorched earth policy, which is burn and destroy everything so the enemy have nothing to use. The first question I have to ask is there any such thing as non-aggressive war? That's the very first question. If you find me guilty of aggressive warfare, I would love to know what other type is there. And secondly, he was fighting the Russians, and it was standard policy for the Russians to adopt this control. They would burn and destroy anything ahead, that they were leaving, so that you had no help from it. Russians have always done that. They did it in 1812 with Napoleon when he invaded Russia. So, I don't think von Manstein should be there, or any of the other generals who were fighting generals.
Yeah, because the judges, there were two from each of the four countries,
That's
so I guess they each got a chance to have a free-for-all on these people,
That's
and
right,
as the four of them each had their own chance, it became unfair. So.
Yes, it was unfair because Manstein was not guilty. Manstein was guilty of being a fantastic general, probably the number one general in the Second World War. Easy, better than anything the Americans produced, or the Japanese, and the English for that matter. I don't think there's anyone anywhere that could approach Manstein. There's a book written about him called The Devil's Virtuoso. And they call him the Devil's Virtuoso because I just couldn't beat him. Everything that man did, he did very, very well. And the other one who is my favorite is Grand Admiral Dönitz. Dönitz was convicted for making aggressive war. Yes. And we know that there's no such thing as non-aggressive war. Dönitz headed the German submarine unit. He was in charge of all of the U-boats. And Dönitz was convicted. The strongest thing against him was that he ordered his submarine commanders not to pick up survivors. He actually put it into writing. No survivors. Leave the survivors wherever they are. Now this was caused because the German submarine sank a ship called the Laconia off the coast of Africa. And they ended up with 2,000 survivors swimming in the water. And this submarine commander called up reinforcements, loaded his submarine with survivors, and then tied on a string of lifeboats behind to save these people. And then started calling on the international frequencies, please come and help me. There are too many men in the water here, men, women, and children, and they're going to die if we don't help them. And the Free French set out from Africa, and the English set out to go there, and the Americans set out to go there, and eventually he managed to get 3 submarines together. The commander was a man called Hartingstein. He died just off Trinidad here, eventually. But he was towing these lifeboats, and he had 2 other submarines with him, and the decks were crowded with people, when an American airplane appeared overhead. And they had Red Cross flags flying, and they were signaling by light signals to the aircraft, please don't attack, we have all these people. And that American aircraft circled for half an hour. Did not attack for half an hour, it was circled. And then he turned, he was talking on the radio, telling everybody, this is what's going on below here, the German submarines rescuing survivors, come in and help. And then the aircraft flew off. 10 minutes later, it came roaring in and attacked. At which point the Germans had no recourse but for the submarines to submerge, leave the lifeboats and leave the survivors. And when the story got back to France, Dulles said, no, don't ever let this happen again. No survivors to be picked up.
And because of that, he was...
That's right. American submarines never picked up survivors. And in fact, American submarine commanders machine gun survivors in the water to kill them.
Even if it was their own survivors?
Yeah, that was standard in Pacific. Pacific was such a vicious fight that they would do that all the time. You know, this series, this television series, I forget the name of it now. But it showed recently, about 3 months ago, made in Hollywood, and they actually showed you an American submarine commander ordering the machine gun and have survivors in the water. It's actually on that series, Winds of War.
Okay.
Winds of War, you'll see it in there. An English submarine commander sank a number of troop carriers in the Aegean Sea, and he machine gunned the survivors in the water. And he went on and he got a reprimand from the Admiralty, and then was promoted to full admiral. By the end of the war, he was a full admiral. So,
I guess promotions come on how ruthless you are.
Nail him to the cross for having done this. You know? All he did was put into writing how all submarine commanders thought. You cannot stop, signal to the ship and say, I'm about to sink you. Right? Get everybody off. You can't do that because they're going to kill you. Right? So you have to kill the ship silently and quickly, and you cannot afford to pick up survivors. So you just get out of the area as fast as you can. There's a very interesting story about a man called Hank. Hank operated off Trinidad as well. But Hank sank a ship off the African coast. And to prove that he had sunk it, he sailed in between the survivors. There's of course a harrowing tale of survivors hanging on to the submarine and getting onto the deck and whatnot. He picked up one. Able to prove to the authorities, yes, I did sink this ship. When he got the survivors on board, he just submerged. Just this one survivor. The others are clinging onto the deck and whatnot. He had to obey his orders. Submerge. And then they had to let go. Eventually, Admiral Gallery of the U.S. Navy captured him. And he handed him over to his guards and whatnot. And they started the interrogation. And by interrogating the crew, they found out that Hank had a soft spot. And that was that the English had a propaganda radio station which broadcast during the war. If we ever catch Hank, we're going to hang him as a war criminal. If we ever catch him. And this spread among the submarine crews, that U-515 is trouble boy. If they catch you 1515, that's it. So Gallery used this information, this fear that the crew of U-515 had, to make them talk. He said, if you don't talk to me, I'll hand you over to the English. You know the English will hang you. I mean, they talked. And then when Gallery got to the States, they promptly handed him over to the Canadians. And as far as the crew were concerned, Canadian and English, same thing. So as soon as they got to Canada and they got into prison war camp, they started, the commander, Hank, he climbed the prison camp, the prison camp wire, in full view of the guards, in broad daylight. And when the guards ordered him to stop, he looked back at them, smiled, and continued climbing. Until they opened fire with a machine gun and ripped him off the wire with the machine gun. Suicide, because he was not willing as a warrior to be hung.
Yeah, that was a characteristic of many of the people.
That's just a sidelight, sort of small story connected to the whole thing. So if you look at it from that point of view, there was a panic during the Vietnam War when pilots were caught in North Vietnam, and the North Vietnamese Attorney General announced that he was going to try American pilots for war crimes because civilians got killed in these raids. And there was an absolute panic. It never did happen. It was just a threat by the North Vietnamese. But Allied war pilots killed a lot more Germans and Japanese than the Germans ever killed. You can call it retribution. Dresden, for instance, when they bombed Dresden, they killed hundreds of thousands. And there were no military targets in Dresden whatsoever. It was a university city. Museums and universities. They tore it to pieces in over a 3-day period. And they killed hundreds of thousands. And there was no tactical reason for it. It's just that the Russians were very close to Dresden. And the Allies wanted to show the Russians their power. They said if we bomb a city to pieces ahead of the Russians will know, hey, we're powerful. So when they get to the lines that we agreed on in the conferences and so stop. As if you fight us, you can't win. When you're winning against Germany. They smashed Dresden. And then in Hamburg in 1943, they deliberately created a firestorm that created winds of 100 miles an hour that just dragged people in from the outskirts into the fire in the center of the city. And they kept it up for about 3 days. They just kept dropping fire bombs to keep the fire going and spreading it and spreading it and spreading it. But talking about in the center of Hamburg. Or if they'd lost the war. Who was going to pay for that? It's a mix. It's a mix because there were crimes on all sides. And sometimes it ended up in vicious fights. On D-Day, 1944, I have a book in the library called Calm. And in it, a British sergeant describes seeing a Canadian sergeant march some members of the 12th SS, Hitler Youth, down to the beach, behind a sand dune, heard a submachine gun go off, and the Canadian sergeant marched out alone. And when he went back behind that dune, there were only dead Germans. So the Canadian decided, I am not worried about, prisoners and whatnot, we're going to kill these men. And a blood feud developed between the 3rd Canadian Division and the 12th SS Panzer Division when the prisoners were taken. Now at all, 2 Trinidadians died in that fight. Right? And the only way eventually to stop it was to separate these 2 divisions. But anytime the 12th SS came up against the 3rd Canadian, blood feud, no prisoners taken, everybody slaughtered. So who are you going to blame? Right? It's both sides.
But it was just the Germans that had...
Right. They lost the war, and the commander of the 12th SS was tried as a war criminal.
Would you have said if the other side had not lost? Or would you say if the Germans...
If the Germans had not lost...
Yeah, do you think there would have been the opposite effect?
No, I think the Germans might have just marched the people involved behind the nearest barn and shot them.
So
I don't think they would have tried to legalize it. I don't think they would have tried to legalize it.
Not even to show the world that, okay, well, justice must be served?
I don't think the Germans would have worried with a trial. When the Germans did come up with trials, they weren't very fair anyway. Because if you think in terms of the plot against Hitler, people who were condemned after that bomb went off. Now, let's get to Trinidad. In 1970, the Army mutiny. I was called by the commanding officer of the Coast Guard, Captain David Blue, and told, your job is to handle the political prisoners this week. You only have two. You're to take them to Nelson Island, and to convert Nelson Island into a political prison. I had 52 prisoners, 12 guards. When we got to Nelson Island, there was a building there. None of the buildings had doors. None of the holes for windows had shutters. Wide open. My orders, my specific orders were, if you are going to lose that island, make sure that only dead bodies are there. In other words, if somebody invaded Nelson Island, I was not to evacuate the island or run and leave these prisoners alive. Killing the prisoners. Those were my orders. These included George Weeks, McConnell Daga, all these people.
On the island, these people?
Yeah, right there on that
Prisoners,
island.
okay.
I ran that island for 5.5 months as commander of that political prison. During the entire 5.5 months, I never once received an order in writing. Never once. All the orders were verbal, and it worked. Everybody said, hey, Kelshall is doing the job, leave him alone. The senior officers stayed far away from Nelson Island because they didn't want the political prisoners to see them. I relate them to what was happening to them as prisoners. While the army was mutinying in over a 10-day period, we treated them as prisoners of war. Once that cooled down and Trinidad was no longer under threat, we relaxed a lot of the rules and we treated them as political detainees, and we brought in prison officers to handle them and so on.
When you say prisoners of war, do you mean just like tighter security, less restrictions?
Very tight security, no, a news blackout, total news blackout. They weren't allowed to hear what was happening in the rest of Trinidad. When they arrived on the island, we treated them as prisoners, which means you have to get moral ascendancy over them. And you really rough them up, and there's bayonets all over the place, and there's bullets being fired, you know, and all that sort of thing. I mean, it was really rough. Because as far as we were concerned, there were 800 soldiers down there, there were only 80 sailors. And anytime they wanted, they could have broken through the cordon, and Trinidad would have paid the price. So it was a very serious thing. And half of my unit was on that island, and the other half was in a roadblock on the road. 12 men to stop 800 men. So you can imagine the tension. I mean, the CEO handed me a brown paper bag, and he said, you can't afford to sleep. Oh, well, give these to your men. And we were popping these tablets to stay awake. And we made about 5 straight days without going to sleep. And only long after the crisis in 1970 did we find out that these tablets were speed. We were actually popping these speed tablets just to stay awake. And when you did sleep, you slept on the island with your rifle tied to your arm, and between your legs, with your legs crossed over it, and you slept with the rifle there. Because there are no doors. And if they overpower the guards on duty outside the doors and get in, we were the reserve Coast Guard base. We had all the excess weapons and ammunition and everything stored there, and a whole bunch of boats. So if those political prisoners had gotten out, they could have created chaos in Trinidad. They had weapons, they had everything they could have taken from the island. So it was very serious. Hold these prisoners here. And my definite orders were, do not allow these men to escape alive. I had those orders verbally from the commanding officer. So I get to the island one afternoon. I'm checking on the roadblocks down here, the explosives under the road and whatnot. And I get back to the island at about 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And I'm told by my second in command, Mr. Baylis Frederick wants to see you. Baylis Frederick was the lawyer among the group. He's a lawyer from Tobago. So I went into the prison block. We used to go into the prison block in the most dramatic fashion, violence, you know. You jump inside with 2 men with machine guns and back everybody against the wall, and then you come through. You know, and I said, right, and you want to see me, what for? And Baylis Frederick said, well, we want you to sign the last will and testament of the brothers. I said, well, why? He said, because tonight we're marching out against the guns. You cannot kill us. You're only threatening us, and you cannot kill us. Now the army is trapped in Tetrondie. There are men lying in the bush all along the road there. The road is booby-trapped with 300 pounds of explosive. The Coast Guard ships are lying just off the shore with the guns pointing at the road, and the gunners, when they can, sleeping in the guns, you know, in their positions in the guns. Men on the bridge of the ships just staring at the road for the slightest sign of movement. And you turn around and tell me that you're going to march out on my guns here. I told him straight, I said, my orders are to kill. If you come out that door, the first person out the door is going to get killed. And then the second, and then the third, and then the fourth, until you stop marching. And he said, well, we believe you can't do that. I So we're coming out at 7 o'clock. All we want you to do is to sign the last will and testament as witness. I said, give me the pen. I signed it. And I said, good evening, gentlemen. Remember what I said? The first one out is going to get killed. And I went outside and I brought the garrison together, warned them and said, this is going to happen at 7 o'clock in an hour's time. We have no time to get reinforcements. We have nobody to help us because everybody's fully committed. The whole Coast Guard was only 80 men. Everybody's fully committed. So we're on our own. At 7 o'clock, we were sitting outside the prison block at both ends, rifles ready, and waiting. And we just saw people start to peep at 7 o'clock. And they peeped until about 7:30. But nobody came out. That was good. That worked. To this day, I don't know if I would have shot the first one out of hand or not. I don't know. And I don't know if we could have continued to shoot. Those were the orders. Now, we had a very tense night because we waited all night for this rush of 52 prisoners against 12 men. Divided into 2 groups of 6. No sleep, everybody wide awake, just patrolling. Next morning at 6 o'clock, I said, this cannot continue. So I jumped in a launch and went speeding up to Port of Spain. Captain David Bloom, who was the commander of Coast Guard. And I said, this is what happened last night. And he sent for Commissioner May of the police and Captain Monroe of the prisoners. And he said, tell him what happened last night. And I told him what happened last night, and May turned around and said, what did you do? I said, well, I just lined the men up and got ready to shoot. And my own commanding officer, who gave me those orders personally, turned around and said, but you can't kill George Weeks. Now May turned around and said, he's right, I back him. And so did Captain Monroe. And Monroe also said, I back what he did last night. Right? And if it happens in future, I am backing him. And they said, I'm backing him. And Bloom said, I'm not backing him. That's the same man who gave the original orders. Now I asked myself, if it did happen, I had fired, would I be a walk on it?
No, would you have acted under the...
I would have fired, yes. I don't think I could have killed 52. But I certainly would have killed 1 or 2 of them coming out to try and stop the rest from coming. But 1 or 2 or 52 is the same thing. As an older man now, no commanding officer on the face of the earth could get me to obey orders like that. But as a young man, fully believing and following orders and raring to go for your country, what's going to do? You know?
Nelson Island. The oldest building in Trinidad. Yeah, this is Cruise In. Are you videoing? Go ahead. Okay. Hi Grandma, it's me again. Now it's after Carnival. and we're down at Cruise Inn. This is in Chaguaramas. It's before the base and before Shaka Shakari and all that. They have a nice little marina, boatyards, some stores and so on. And we came down to show Auntie Girlie. Come Auntie Girlie. We came down to show Auntie Girlie down here, so I brought the video camera to do some videoing for you, so I'll show you how nice it is down here.
Hi Grandma, you see what you're missing? This beautiful sunny place.
But
I hope you come next year with us, okay?
But you can see it on video, okay?
Yeah, you can see it on video. And I'm having a good time.
Yeah.
Hi Mom. I'm taking Auntie Girlie for a little walk here. We're going to walk down near the water.
Hi Grandma, you see what you're missing? This beautiful island of Trinidad and Tobago, where the rich and famous live, like your daughter Romona can.
Oh, look how cute. I don't know if you can see this on the video, Grandma, but that's a swordfish swimming through the water.
And looks like mother one.
And these are the other fish.
So look a lot of the swordfish.
Yes,
it's about, you see, Gina?
Oh wow.
About 10 of them or so. It is a swordfish.
Is that swordfish?
Well, it has a sword.
It's so pretty.
They have a hotel down there. So. And that's a restaurant where we go to eat now and then. That's a hotel they have down there, that pink
That's a
one.
cruise ship there, or
No,
is
that's
it
some kind of
special ship that's stationary there?
They have shops up there. It's the water that they need going.
Still, yeah. Get it with the hole in front. Nice.
I think the confirmation personally. Okay, you know. I think that was so heavy. So, good voice.
Okay.
Look, Auntie Girlie said we'll stand here.
Yeah, we're talking about
Milk. Because the peanut. She didn't move. Oh, okay.
look, we're having peanuts.
Peanut punch and milk.
Auntie Girlie's a man. So.
Good. Okay. Hi Grandma, it's me again. We're still at Cruise Inn. This is all the boats in the background. And that's the restaurant again up there. We just had a drink and now we're gonna head back home. That's great.
What this?
Museum.
Over there. That's a massive basket. That's down the islands. Well, those are some of the islands, but down the island is more that way.
It's on pause.
No.
That's the fire on the hill behind our house. You can hear the crackling